Coming up on this episode,
We're at the Louisiana Crawfish Festival. So excited right now.
The best thing I ever tried.
Wood-fired, deep-fried pastrami pizza.
It's all about the spice.
This is a funnel cake I've never heard of before.
It's a happy mouth, I can tell you that.
Hey there, I'm Noah Cappe, and this is Carnival Eats.
today, we're at the Louisiana Crawfish Festival in historic Chalmette, Louisiana.
At this festival, you can get crawfish every way imaginable. I can't wait to find my favorite.
Our first vendor, Chad, is a good old Cajun boy who's been a staple of this festival for over 2 decades with his crowd-pleasing crawfish cakes.
Is this the best crawfish around?
Ever.
Right? He hasn't even noticed that I'm standing here. He's like halfway through it, hasn't even looked over at me.
All the food groups. You have your bread, your meat, and your veggies.
Covered in one bite. This is something that you created just for this event?
Yes, I created for this event 23 years ago.
What are we doing now?
We are now making the crawfish cakes. So we got a little onion and peppers in here. Some black pepper, salt. We're gonna put some of this garlic in here. I'm gonna put a bay leaf in there. So we got some day-old French bread here.
That's what's gonna hold it all together.
We need to add a little bit of H2O. So we sweating this down.
Sounds like an R&B song. Girl, I sweat you down.
Go, Noah. Go, Noah.
Like a fat guy on a summer day. Here comes the crawfish.
90% of the world's crawfish comes from Louisiana, and they ship across the country.
Breadcrumbs here that'll actually help us along, give it some extra flavor. So we pretty much done here.
It's time to get those.
Crawfish cakes grilling.
How long do those sit on there?
We just need to grill them and get some color on them. That little crust.
Oh, yes. That's the moment right there.
Right there, that's what you're looking for.
At that.
You ready for some of this awesome crawfish sauce?
Chad's crawfish sauce is a basic cream sauce with the addition of some Louisiana specialties like red and green peppers, hot sauce, cheese, and of course, more crawfish.
Oh, wow. First of all, awesome sauce, aptly named. So cheesy and gooey and warm. I mean, I can't get over the size of those pieces of meat. As a sauce alone, it's a headliner, but then you dive into that crawfish cake, which is perfectly crusted on the outside, so everything's been kind of contained in there. Inside, it is soft, it is gentle, it is delicious.
That's heaven.
Good-looking bite.
This is one of the best crawfish cakes I've eaten in a long time.
The texture of the sauce and the spice that they have for it, it makes that crawfish pop even more.
It's indescribable. It like melts in your mouth. I could eat this whole thing and go get another one right now. It's just that good.
Our next vendor, George, has been working at the carnival since he was old enough to see over the counter. Now, he's all grown up, and he's here with the Turtles funnel cake.
Have you had funnel cake before?
Of course.
Look at that, slathered in caramel and chocolate. It's
This
classic.
is all my favorite things on a funnel cake.
All in one.
Wow.
Well, my granddad started doing funnel cakes in a black iron skillet. People would wait for hours. They'd only cook 4 at a time.
Right.
And then from there, we just start, snowballing and trying to progress and get bigger and better at what we're doing.
So let's fire this process up.
Well, we're gonna start with the icing. It's powdered sugar, vanilla, water, and butter. And then we're gonna add our cream cheese.
On a busy day, I mean, what kind of numbers are we talking about? How many of these will you put out the window?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Yes.
Icing, check.
Gonna be making our funnel cake mix.
Self-rising flour, we got some water.
Yep. We're gonna start with our sugar, creamer, and then we got our vanilla. And then you just wanna mix up to a good consistency. And then next, we're just gonna go ahead and add them up in the fryer. We pour them in our little pitcher. All right, we're gonna start up with 350 degrees grease. We're gonna make sure that all the pieces are connected. And then you just wanna let it float out into the hot bath.
Just set it out to sea. It is bubbling, it is getting golden and crispy. That's a full submerge right now.
And then off the drain for a couple seconds.
So you've got a drainage system up here to let all that excess grease run off.
Right, the less grease, the better. And then onto the plate we go. You're gonna start with your cream cheese frosting.
So excited right now.
Your sugar and cinnamon. And then next, we're gonna drizzle our caramel on there. Next, our chocolate, pecans. Then if you like, we also add a strawberry on the top, right in the middle.
Boom. You got yourself a turtle funnel cake. That's it, man. Holy moly. So that cream cheese icing, it's thick, it's creamy, every bite has got of it. But that combination of the chocolate, the caramel, the crunch of the pecan, and then that funnel cake batter itself, that beautiful kind of fried, crunchy, golden outside, that's as good as a funnel cake gets. Are you going in all dainty with a little finger pull? Oh, my goodness.
To help him out, I can tell you that. Gosh, the cream cheese, it just complements. Fluffy, it's chewy, it's heaven. I'm a happy camper, y'all. I'm a happy camper.
I'm going to make up for it tomorrow at the gym.
I could even be convinced to do a push-up for one of these things. All right, now you don't have to rub it in.
We're in Chalmette at the Louisiana Crawfish Festival. Sitting on the banks of the Mississippi and the Gulf of Mexico, seafood is a major industry down here. And our next vendor has a brand new spin on an old classic. Oysters Bienville is a New Orleans creation featuring oysters baked and served on the half shell. Our next vendor, Ryan, found a way to make them festival friendly. The result is Ryan's Rockin' Rolls.
I've never seen anything like this before.
I mean, oysters and shrimp in an egg roll.
Oysters in here?
It's like 2 different countries put in one.
I mean,
Who thought of this?
who thought of this? Not a lot of people would think to combine those Cajun Creole style and Chinese food. Let's dive in and get this party started.
Let's make some fire.
Hey-ho!
The filling for the oyster rolls is made with minced mushrooms, shrimp, and pureed oysters. Ryan then adds onion, garlic, and bell pepper puree with Italian breadcrumbs.
I believe that this is the consistency that we're looking for. There is one more step. You really need to refrigerate it.
So this is a batch that's had a chance to chill overnight, soak in those flavors which you were talking about.
To create this fusion food, Ryan uses Chinese egg roll wrappers.
And now this wrapping style I'm very familiar with, because when you order a sub, they wrap up the paper just like this. A little bit of that egg wash. Let's get these things in the fryer right now.
These bad boys fry at a temperature of 325 degrees for just 2 minutes.
So a key part to this dish is the bechamel sauce.
Béchamel is popular in French cuisine. It's made with flour, butter, and milk. Ryan garnishes it with a blend of Cajun spices and parsley.
And there you have it, oyster rolls.
There's a crunch, there's a creaminess. The mushrooms, the shrimp, the oysters, they all work together. They're pureed into this beautiful blend. You get all the flavor that you love from oysters. Oh, my goodness. Goes for the creamy end first.
I don't usually eat oysters, but this is delicious.
Well, that's good. Yeah?
Creamy, it's not too spicy, but it's well seasoned. The egg roll is still crunchy.
Yeah.
And the filling is like amazing. Shrimps in here.
And oysters are in there.
And oysters, delicious.
I love that you have no idea what it is, but you love it.
Our next vendor, Candy Katie, has sugar flowing through her veins. So it's no surprise that she's behind the Rocky Road Caramel Apple.
Have you ever eaten a candy apple?
I have, but nothing like this. This is pretty fascinating.
I like to go around and then work my way down.
You're gonna kind of corn on the cob around the world?
Got it.
Do you think every apple should be covered in candy?
Yes. Yeah.
Me 3. Katie is part of basically the family that runs this whole carnival world. You had to have been introduced to this early.
Actually, I was in cotton candy with my mom.
That's how it started.
Yeah.
What is the first step? How do we get this thing fired up?
First step is here. You gotta add your ingredients here. We got some sugar, and we got some heavy cream, K-Row syrup.
Like a corn syrup?
Corn syrup,
all right.
yeah. So we mix this up here, get this all incorporated.
And this, I mean, talk to me about this bowl.
This here is an all copper kettle, best thing for making candy. It holds the heat and it cooks the candy even.
So the thermometer's going in here.
Yep, and we just bring it up to temp, like around 280. So, and it's gonna, you gotta shut it off a little bit early because the heat, from the kettle still goes.
It'll keep it cooking even after we turn it off.
So we'll take this out of here, put the butter in.
My goodness, that is 4 sticks
of butter. That's what makes it
And now
good.
hold on a second.
And this here is a little bit of cream and some vanilla.
There you
You
go,
put this in
Rhonda.
here at the end because if you put it in at the beginning, it kind of cooks out.
Right.
And we get our whisk again.
You've got red and you've got the classic Granny Smith. This one is done with the Granny Smith.
Yes, the Granny Smith is for the caramel.
Why?
Sweet and sour.
Show me this dipping process.
All in the wrist.
All in the wrist, and then that spin, get that excess off.
Yep, roll it in our party mix.
Oh, now talk to me about what is in here.
This is our Rocky Road. It's mini chocolate chips, marshmallows, there's pecans and peanuts in there.
So just like that, you got yourself a Rocky Road candy apple. Oh my goodness. Instantly understand that's kind of sweet and sour. You've got these chocolate chips, but from the heat of the caramel, look at the way it all just starts to kind of melt and get all gooey. This, to me, is the carnival. I have some on my face. Deal with it. What do you want me to do? I'm eating a giant candy apple. Using your hand as a brace. Oh, this guy, you can't even stop eating it.
The best thing I ever tried.
Holy moly. He didn't even get into the apple.
Perfect apple. Chocolate's best. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Marshmallows fresh.
Who thinks that they should give their candy apple to me?
Not me. I love this. I can't.
The San Joaquin Valley runs through Southern California, and that's where you'll find the town of Porterville. Now, every year, over 40,000 people flock to this small town to check out the rides, the animal shows, and of course, the food. They're also here to check out Tony's latest creations. Tony loves a good pastrami sandwich, so he's put it on a pizza. Deep fried, of course.
Look what I got.
It's like a treasure chest of delicious. I mean, if you're gonna do pizza,
it might as well be deep fried.
Have you ever had something like this before?
Never with mustard on it.
No.
It's got a thin crust.
Deep fried.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It's a... like that? Was that? Tony, what have you done?
So it's a wood-fired, deep-fried pastrami pizza.
Did you get all that? What do we do first?
Okay, first thing we do is stretch the dough out. It's your basic flour, water, olive oil, a little bit of salt dough recipe. Not gonna be too big, about 9 inches. That's the magic number.
I read an article that says the average is actually 5.2 inches.
Is it really?
Yeah. All right, so now we're gonna take this, and this is where things get interesting. Hi-ho, it's off to the fryer we go.
We're gonna drop it in the fryer at 375 degrees.
How long is that gonna take?
About 2.5 minutes. Flip, she's ready. That's ready to go.
I can't believe
Look at that.
This is gonna be a pizza. All right, what do we do first?
Okay, first thing we're gonna do is take our mozzarella cheese. This is premium pastrami.
We're going red onions.
Red onions.
We're going sauerkraut.
So now the next thing we're gonna do, it's gonna go in that 850-degree wood-fired oven. Put it right back there next to the fire. And we're probably looking at only about 2.5 minutes. So let's pull this one out. How's that look? What we're gonna do is bring it over here. Mustard time.
Tony's mustard is a special blend of spicy Dijon and hot dog mustard.
When have you ever seen a pizza look like that?
Never. This thing is unbelievable, man.
Good.
It's fluffy, just like you want in a good dough, but it's crunchy, it's crispy. Toppings, the heat from the oven pulls out all those flavors. The mustard adds this kind of zing, this pop, this flavor that almost kind of fires up your mouth. And the sauerkraut, it works,
like
man.
It,
yeah.
Sauerkraut.
That is as tasty as a piece of pizza gets. That was a bite that I was hoping you would take.
The mustard.
The mustard.
Strange items on there, but
Right.
they work. Yeah.
Sauerkraut! There's sauerkraut!
There's sauerkraut on the pizza.
Next up, Tammy's serving up her award-winning inside-out pineapple upside-down cake.
I mean, that is a lot of pineapple.
It's huge.
You a fan of pineapple?
Yes.
It's my favorite.
Have you ever seen something like this before?
No, I have not.
No. So, as always, you've taken something that's classic, but put your own spin on it. Instead of going upside down, we're going inside out. And instead of a cake, we're going on a stick.
Correct.
Tammy, what do we do first?
Okay, so first thing is we get this nice pineapple, and we're gonna twist off the top, and we're gonna cut all 4 sides. Here is your pineapple.
One of the things I forgot about pineapple is that it's super slippy. Luckily, Tammy has pre-cut.
Go ahead and grab a pineapple.
That's 1.5 inches of pineapple.
So next we take it and we put it in this dry batter. It's a mixture of flour, tempura, and cake batter. Okay, so next we're gonna go on the wet batter.
It's the only batter I've ever seen that's orange.
Why that color? What is it that allows you to deep fry fruit that has such a high water content?
Oh, this is our secret. Are you sorry?
I tried, guys.
Okay, we're gonna deep fry it
Into the fryer.
into the fryer.
So that violent reaction you're seeing in there is obviously because of that high water content.
Moisture, right.
And your secret batter is what allows you to deep fry this.
To seal it and deep fry it. Okay, now here comes the fun part. Grab the caramel,
That is as
Ready?
good as it gets.
and then, well, if you want to grab the brown sugar, powdered sugar,
Of course.
of course, the powdered sugar on there, and we'll do a cherry on top. And my favorite, the whipped cream. And you got it.
Look at that.
There you go.
The first thing you notice is the warmth. There's so much flavor inside of this thing. It is unreal. It's tropical, it's summery, it's fruity, it's fun, but it's sweet, it's delicious, it's dangerous. It tastes like dessert, but I taste like I'm being responsible. Your nose wanted a bite, too.
Oh, yeah, that's good. All the sugar, and I love the pineapple just a little bit warm.
It's like really crunchy, and then it's like soft, and then it's crunchy again.
That's unreal. What else can I say?
You could say you want to give me $100.
You're worth more than that. Don't sell yourself so cheap.
Brittany's family has a long history at the carnival, but she's bringing fresh ideas with her Fiesta funnel cake.
Look at all those jalapenos.
I've had one with strawberries on it, never jalapenos and nacho cheese and tomatoes. This is awesome.
This is a funnel cake that, and I don't get to say this very often on the show, I've never heard of before.
We combined 3 of our favorite fair foods, which would be corn dogs, nachos, and funnel cakes.
All right, what is the first step in making our fiery Fiesta funnel cake?
So we have the funnel cake batter right here that we have already mixed, and then we add cornmeal.
We're actually adding this into the batter.
And then you have to add water as you go.
All right.
Cold water. This water has been chilled.
It looks like we're making corn dog
dogs,
batter.
yes.
All right, so we have transferred our funnel cake batter into the old Penguin.
Yes. All right, so you just pour it in. It's a little bit thicker with the cornmeal.
The old send-off.
So it's about ready.
Wow, that quick.
Yes, very quick. Look at that.
That's my move, Brittany.
Ooh. Here, would you like to do it?
No, you did it already. All right, now this is only half of the fiery Fiesta funnel cake, though.
Yes.
The nacho sauce is a combination of melted American cheese, fresh cream, tomatoes, jalapenos, and a cup of jalapeno juice.
Whoa, this is gonna be fiery.
Yes, it is. And we just ladle it over. And we actually sprinkle it with a little bit of cayenne and garlic powder mixture.
That is the fiery Fiesta funnel cake. Oh, man. The kick, the zip, the zing from the jalapeno and the jalapeno juice on a funnel cake. Hot, ooey, gooey, delicious cheese. And then let's talk about that funnel cake. It's a flavor and a taste that you love, that you're familiar with, but that you're just not used to experiencing this way. It works. This thing is super cool.
Oh my God.
That's actually really good.
That's really good.
You look like a kid on Christmas morning right now.
It's all about the spice. Otherwise, it's boring and dull.
Yeah.
The jalapeno sauce really sets it off. Just with the tomatoes and the spice, yeah, it's absolutely excellent.
This is better than anything.
Anything?
Anything.
It's been another amazing Carnival Eats day. From fresh seafood and sweets to a deep-fried pastrami pizza, this fair food has me spinning.
I'll see you next time on Carnival Eats.